Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the day after Easter, and so I thought I would just take you on the day with me since I am feeling a little puffy, a little sore, like my skin feels a little sensitive, just ate a lot of chocolate. Yeah, no regrets, and it was a great weekend with my family. That is what Easter's all about, and I have no regrets. But I came up with like 8 different things that I am going to do. I've done this in the past, and it's helped me like after holidays in general. These are some things that helps me kind of get back on track. I wanted to take you on the day with me, and I'll just like tell you tips that I do throughout the day that helps me. So tip number 1 to say is to love yourself. No regrets. Just be kind to yourself. It was a holiday. It was well needed. And no matter how much you ate, how much you feel right now, like just love yourself. It was yesterday, and today is a whole new bright sunny day. So I just want to throw that out there. This is one that was hard for me because in the past I would just eat whatever I wanted because it was holiday, and then post holiday I would just like restrict myself, hate myself, feel so shit about myself, and it was just not a good mentality. So that is why I feel tip number 1, this is like the most important, is just to have no regret and be kind to yourself because it was a holiday, and even if it wasn't a holiday, it is in the past. It is yesterday's issue, problem, situation, etc. Today is a whole new day. So that is tip number 1. So I'm in the kitchen now. I'm about to put my things away, and I thought I would go over tip number 2 and 3. So tip number 2 is something that I try and do a couple times a week anyway, and that is fasting. Fasting is really good. I've also read some studies how fasting is really good for like hormonal imbalances, so it's something I'm really looking more into and trying to incorporate more into my weeks. But especially after holidays, our system, like our digestion is like so overloaded and packed, and fasting, it helps rebuild that, helps replenish, and just helps the process of feeling better. So fasting is really, really good. 12-hour fast is okay, but after holidays I really try to aim for the 16-hour fast. I do typically aim for like 12 to 14, but like I said, after holidays, 16-hour fast. Tip number 3 is kind of go hand in hand with fasting, and that is hydrate. Hydrate. Obviously, drinking water is super important anyway for anything of our body's bodily function, but it gets the toxins and just flushes your body, and all the food that we ate yesterday, it just really replenishes our body, and we feel dehydrated. And it's kind of like how I feel with my skin hurting and just I'm feeling puffy. I just feel dehydrated. It's like after drinking, the next day you're just like kind of hungover and sluggish. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So hydration is key to this. So tip number 2, fasting. Tip number 3, hydrate. Okay, so tip number 4 is movement. I tend to do more of a Pilates after holidays, or gentle cleanse, a gentle movement, just to kind of get the body in flow. And I just feel like, even like after I'm not working out for a while or anything like that, this is just like an easier way to just settle things in. So tip number 4, do some movement. So I'm going to do a Pilates flow right now, just a 20-minute one. All right, tip number 5 and 6 are in the kitchen. So tip number 5 is something that I do sporadically throughout the week, but I'm not very consistent. But like after a holiday or after a binge or after, a night where even like a night I went out and drank, I just feel very inflamed, bloated, got hair all over. And so these couple items are really good for inflammation in our body, especially like a lot of sugar I had yesterday breaks me out. I do avoid dairy and gluten mostly in my diet, but like I don't have like a really bad reaction. It just doesn't really do well with my skin and my bloating. So, on holidays I do have a harder time staying away from those items of food. So I don't really restrict on that. I just eat it, and then the next day I really try and work on anti-inflammatory foods and anti-inflammatory things to help with that inflammation in my body. I do feel like my face is already like breaking out. But hopefully doing these things for at least a good solid week will really help with warm lemon water, really good. Turmeric, very good anti-inflammatory. I think it's like the best one that you can have. Celery juice and apple cider vinegar, all really good for your gut, all really good for anti-inflammatory items, all really good for the inflammation in your body, and that just really helps. So I'm going to make like a little drink. I've never tried combining them all together. I usually have them throughout the day, but I'm kind of short on time today, so I'm gonna just throw it all together, and hopefully it doesn't taste as terrible. So I'm going to juice some celery. I don't actually have a juicer, but blending it up is with some water I think is just going to be fine. So I'm going to make do with what I have. So I'm going to try and do like half a stalk of celery, and then I'm going to do a couple dashes of turmeric and put a good spoonful of apple cider vinegar, and then maybe a splash of lemon. We will see, or I might just have some warm lemon water tonight. But those 4 things are super good to add into your diet. So I'm gonna make my little magic drink. Like I said, I've never put all of these ingredients together, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it tastes okay. It's not the best tasting, but the benefits in here is just amazing, so I'm just gonna scull it down. But for warning, it is not that good. I did add a lot of apple cider vinegar though, so that probably did not help. So I did add a little bit of apple in there to kind of somehow counteract that. Yeah, I don't know, but bottoms up. I am about to go to the store and stock up on everything, but it is eat more veggies, less heavy carbs. So heavy carbs meaning like rice and pastas, like your heavy carbs. Not getting rid of it, just lessening it for at least a good couple days, I would say. Before I would, like I said, I would like really restrict and binge. I would say, I'm not gonna have this for the rest of the week or a month or ever. I was a little dramatic, and yeah, that was just a really bad mentality, and it never stuck, and I just craved those foods even more. Especially after you ate so much the day before, your body's already craving it. So like you going from like addiction, like you're starting so heavy on something and then you cut it out completely the next day. Like it's just really shocking to the body, and it's just not very sustainable. So now I just say I'm going to add more veggies to my meals, which I already do, but just increase it even more, and then just kind of cutting back on the heavier carbs so I can just fuel my body more with the veggies, and I just feel lighter. The carbs definitely make me feel already heavy, and you know, after yesterday I already feel heavy and bloated and puffy, and so I don't want that. Picking it up, I would not say not to have a certain thing, because like I said, you will restrict and you will want it even more, and then that's just a bad mentality and it won't stick. It's not sustainable, it's just not fun, and who wants to cut out carbs completely? Not this girl anymore. So I just say lessen it. Eat more veggies, lessen the heavy carbs. So little mini haul here. So I got some apples, ginger, gum, tuna, celery, some frozen veggies, frozen blueberries, tea. I'm going to do the green tea this week. Some oats, garbanzo beans or chickpeas, broccoli, zucchini. I am loving this right now, this tempeh. Really good vegan option. Pretty good ingredients as well. So yeah, it's been really good. Apple cider vinegar. I'm going to up this week for sure. I'm trying to find a really clean, or I guess alternative milk. So I'm going to try this organic coconut unsweetened milk. We'll give that a go. And then of course spinach. I already had lemons and some other, that's very blurry, sorry guys, some other foods, so I was good to go. So little haul there. Second to last tip number, I think we're at seven. Tip number 7 is don't skip on dessert. Before, like, I would be like, oh, done eating chocolate for the rest of my life or rest of the month, or you know, I'm just gonna cut everything out, and that restriction just made me crave it even more. So I don't do that anymore. I still have dessert. What I do now more so is I do cut back on my chocolate, the sugar intakes, opt more for like fruit. It's a really good alternative. I do a lot of like protein, my chocolate protein, so I still get that chocolate flavor taste with some milk, and then I just put some oats and fruit. I feel is so much better than restricting and totally cutting it out of your diet. It's like the perfect like combo to just kind of either wind down the day, or you know, just to finish off like your meal, to just have that little something, or even still having a piece of chocolate but just not eating the whole thing of it, because you know, you just don't want to restrict yourself. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole and that feeling of restriction, and then you just binge on it because you totally restrict it. Eat your dessert. Tip number 7. Alright guys, so I'm going to end this video here with my last tip. Tip number 8 is sleep. And the next day, next week, of just getting really good quality sleep. Go to bed early. Put your phone down a half hour before sleep. You know, meditate. Take a bath. Just relax. Relax, rest, stretch, sleep. So that is the last tip. Hopefully you found these tips helpful. Like I said, at least a whole week of trying to hit these tips, just so you can like kind of recover your body and kind of get back into routine and where your body was before the weekend of yummy foods and chocolate and whatnot. So kind, love, drink your water, eat more veggies, no restriction, get back to routine, work out, movement, sleep, rest, and just take it what it is and enjoy the time. So hopefully these tips not only help you now, but also help you, you know, later on when you have this occasion again. Thank you guys again for watching. Like I said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be uploading more videos. But I'm going to take off now, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.